This is the Fossil Generation 5 Carlyle HR. Let's do this! What's up guys, it's Aaron from Gear Up and so good to see you. Today we're going to talk about the Gen 5 Fossil Carlyle HR. I'm not sure why they named the guy's watch like a girl's name, but it is what it is. But we're going to talk about it today from the perspective of a non-Wear OS person. I've never done any kind of Wear OS devices nor worn any, so we're going to see that approach and see what that's like. Coming from my Misfit watches, which was third party, and we're going to go into mainstream. And the cool thing about this watch is it has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 3100, which is supposedly going to make things snappy, the performance snappier, battery life longer, and we're going to figure out if that's really the case. So come along with me, let's check it out, and hope you like this video. Let's do this. Before we move on, I'd like to ask your help. If you like this video and enjoy the stuff that I make, remember to click the subscribe button down below to help me grow this channel, and also the bell notification button so you can get notified when new stuff gets published. Back to the program. So a little background here before we start. I have never worn a Wear OS or an Apple Watch for a long term. I've always done Xiaomi and Amazfit watches, so I want to compare what it's like on a day-to-day basis, whether Wear OS and the big boys, whether they add any value based on the cost, whether they add any value to my day-to-day usage of a smartwatch. Now let's jump into it real quick with the stats. If you're interested in a Carlyle HR, it runs around $230, $240. I got mine on Black Friday for under $200, which means if you're patient and wait long enough, you yourself can snag a really good deal. Now, what does $200 get you? It gets you the Wear OS ecosystem, like the App Store and all that. And the frame, the design of the Carlyle is really nice and svelte. It's not too thick, not too thin. I think it's a perfectly sized watch for a male wrist. They have female models too, so check those out. And speaking of sizes, it comes with a 22mm silicone strap, which is easily removable and replaceable with a couple of pins. Now, on top of that, you also have NFC and also Gorilla Glass 3, which is standard fare. Another thing that's really important to me is also a 30-meter water resistance. I don't like watches I have less faith in watches that have IP rating, and I believe that fitness watches of any kind should be able to be, you could swim with it, you can wash it, and all that kind of stuff, take a good dunk in. And this is a 30-meter resistance, and I wish it was 50, standard fare. They should be 50 at this point, but 30 is what we get. It also comes with sensors up the wazoo. It's everywhere. Now, and also one thing that Fossil talks about a lot and boasts a lot is it has the latest Snapdragon 3100 chip. Supposedly this boasts better battery life and more fluid user experience. We shall see in a second. Let's see if that's real, if that really helps. Because Wear OS has been getting a lot of flack since day one. People say it's really not the smoothest UI and it's really slow and clunky. There's a lot of lag. So let's see if this actually helps. Now, let's move on. Well, I've had this for about a month now, guys, and here are some of the positive things I noticed about the watch. First of all is the user experience. It is smooth. As you can see from the clip, scrolling and swapping between screens is buttery smooth. It is really as it should be, because Wear OS all this time has had a reputation, or negative reputation, for being laggy or seemingly poorly optimized, and is probably part of the reason why I haven't really looked at Wear OS as an option. But as it is, because of, some people say it's because of the Snapdragon 3100 chip, but I think a bigger contributor is a larger RAM size. Fossil decided to put 1GB into this watch instead of the 512 megabytes from the previous generation, and I think it's the sweet spot. I think it should be the starting point for all Wear OS watches to have to promote a smoother navigating experience. So 1GB, 2GB, all manufacturers look towards that. It's a shame that some of them still have 512 megabytes in their watches, even newly launched ones. So take note of that, all manufacturers. The second plus point is the build quality and design. This thing looks good, it has good heft, it's not too heavy either. It has just the perfect weight, the perfect look. From far it looks expensive, and up close it stands up to scrutiny. Now, the other thing that I like too is the heart rate sensor at the back. It's pretty flush to the body, so when you wear it all day, it doesn't cause a huge indentation in your wrist, and it spreads out the weight pretty well. And the design is round. I like round watches, just like the good old days, and I think everyone and everybody in the US has a look-alike of a Apple Watch. So having a round watch makes it stand out a little bit from the crowd. Another enjoyable thing I like about this watch is the Wear OS ecosystem itself. The fact that I have Google Assistant on my wrist at all times, even separated from my phone, that I can activate my lights and control anything that Google Assistant can do, I have it on my wrist. And in this case, in this watch's context, I can activate it by a hot button or the keyword itself, which is pretty awesome. And thanks to NFC, I can have Google Pay with me at all times, also separated from my phone. I just have to tap on the screen and done. But make sure you go to a store that has that. Of course, check the stickers and ask first. Otherwise, you'll be tapping for like an idiot, like I've done a few times because I was so excited. Yes. And if there's anything I love more, besides my wife, is magnetic charging docks. This thing comes with a nice small little puck that's portable, and you can just toss it in your backpack or your pocket and be done. I don't like those big huge cradles, third-party cradles that are proprietary and they don't really look good and they look funky. This is how it should be done. Are you still with me? Good. Let's talk about the negatives real quick. The first of all is the battery life, or the lack thereof. The Carlyle runs around 22 to 24 hours, and then once it's down to 5% battery life, it kicks in a custom / extended / personal low battery mode, where it shuts off all the primary functions and leaves the screen in power saving mode. It can maybe extend it from a day to maybe a day and a half, but come on. That's probably why, as a normal user, I haven't chosen Wear OS or the bigger manufacturers, Wear OS or Apple Watch, because they only last a day or two. And that's ridiculous. How am I going to track my sleep for the fear of my watch dying overnight? I think a missed opportunity by Fossil and the bigger manufacturers, and I think on a bigger scale, Google, is things like built-in basic functions. What I mean is, where's my sleep tracker? Why doesn't Google Fit have it? Why can't I turn on or schedule a dimming of my backlight, because I'm tired of having my wife being flashed with a bright screen at night? Why can't I have a sleep mode of that? Why can't I turn off vibrate only? The only way to turn off vibrate right now is to turn on do not disturb, but by turning on do not disturb, I do not get any notifications. So I wish there was a way to turn off the vibrate but still get notifications, which leads me to idiosyncrasies, because this is kind of related. Look at this little clip right here where I'm scrolling through one end, like I can click the crown and scroll with the crown, but when I try to do it in fitness, I can't scroll with the crown again. Why can't I scroll with that? So there is idiosyncrasies in the UI as well. So it seems like it's half-baked and not really well implemented. And I think the Chinese companies like Xiaomi and Xiaomi and all of them are really catching up. So Android, Google, you need to do something about this, and quick. Now, the second last thing is me just being nitpicky is the watch faces. Now, Fossil provides a lot of them. There's a huge catalog and you can download them, but the standard Fossil ones, they look decent, but they're very unimaginative. They don't have a good kick. They're customizable to a point, but they don't have the kick. They don't make the watch stand out really much. Now, the last problem is legit, guys, and this has to do with ergonomics of watches with crowns and buttons in the first place. And in the Carlyle's case, the buttons are on the right side and the crown is used for navigating. Now, this is fine and all if you're using it on your left wrist. Now, imagine if someone's using it on your right wrist, the buttons are on the right, the crown is on the right, and in order to scroll with the crown, I have to reach over with my left hand, cover the screen, and scroll. That's not practical. It would be cool if I can wear the watch on my right wrist and flip it upside down with the buttons on the left side and the screen flips 180. Oh, mind blown. Come on, guys. Google, do something about it. Flip the screen. Or maybe there's an APK for it. Well, there you have it, guys. Those were my thoughts on the Fossil Carlyle HR. Now, is it something you should buy? Do I recommend it? Sure, why not? Just kidding. You definitely should get it. It's a really good buy for a couple $100. It has tons of tech in it. The fact that it has Google Pay and Google Assistant itself pays for it, and that it has a fluid user experience really makes it a good buy. Now, having Wear OS and Apple Watch, they all have idiosyncrasies. The battery life thing that I talked about, they all come with the territory. So, what can you do about it? But as a watch in itself and as a buy, I would recommend it. So in the meantime, remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you for joining me all this time. But remember to subscribe down below, click the button, show your support, bell notification, you know what to do. And remember to thumbs up if you like this video. Yes. And thumbs down. Thumbs down. Yes. Thumbs down. If your indicator stock in your car, you have an indicator stock, right? Yes. Just checking. If you use your indicator stock in your car to hang your house keys or your new car air freshener stick and not for anything else, something tells me I need to work on my thumbs down segment a little bit more. But thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate y'all. Remember to show some love. It's year 2020. Happy New Year, by the way. Remember to do something nice for people. A lot of things nice for people and help each other out. There are a lot of people in worse places than we are. Show some love. And until I see you next time, peace out.